So today was the day 5 of my summer cut, and I decided not to record my workout because last time when I did, I felt I wasn't as focused with my workout, and part of that tension was going towards recording what I'm working out, how I'm doing it. So I decided not to take my equipments and not to record it and just be focused in the gym. Today was shoulder. I'll still tell you my workout. Today was shoulder, just shoulders. Uh, I did the front raises, the side raise, and then I worked on my rear delts, and then I did a press. Right, so around 3 sets of each and 2 sets of warm up, and I finished the workout with shrugs, which was again 3 sets. Uh, these workouts, when I do the weight training, it's not about heavy lifting. It's about taking enough, lifting enough weights so that I can preserve the muscle that I have. I'm giving it enough tension so that it doesn't shrink. Uh, I've said this before. If I lift, let's say, around 50 pounds of any particular workout or exercise, I'm not uh, inclined to lift the same weights. I could go back down to 40 pounds, but again, depends on my energy level. I'll try to keep it at 50. I'll definitely not cross that 50 pounds. I'll try to keep it at 50, but if I cannot, I'm not very upset about not being able to lift that because this is a cutting phase and you won't have enough energy. So usually the workouts, the reps I try to do are like slow, controlled reps. I've learned this in the past that I used to lift really heavy weights, uh, squats around 160 kgs, deadlift around 180 kgs. And over a period of time, I started getting some injuries, and I also started getting some pain in my bones, like the knees, the elbows, and I was I was still I still didn't understand uh, hypertrophy so much back then, and I thought the more you lift, the better. Yes, but again, you have to be very smart about it. You have to make sure you don't get these injuries, and you have to make sure that whatever muscle you're working on, you're doing it the right way, and you're giving it enough stimulus to grow. The other thing I realized today while I was working out, in fact, when I was finishing my workout, I didn't even sip on the water, right? So the bottle that I took, I brought it back, and I only drank water when I was coming back from the gym. During my workout, I did not feel like it. I did not drink it. I wasn't particular about it. Now the question comes like, how much water should you drink in a day? I generally drink somewhere between 3 liters up to maybe 4 liters. I don't calculate so much, but when I try to think about how much I had the previous day or that day, it approximately comes to 3 to 4 liters. Uh, how much should I drink? I don't know. I just go with a couple of things. One is that, am I thirsty? Yes, I drink water. No, I don't drink water. Uh, Before my food, whenever I'm hungry, before I prepare my food, before I heat it, I drink around maybe a glass or 2 glasses of water, and then I'll start heating my food. And by the time it takes around like 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I start eating my food. Like, this is one of the habits that I have. I make sure I drink water before my meal. I try not to drink during the meal, but depends. Like if you're having a lot of chicken breast, and like sometimes it gets really dry, so I'll sip on some water. Why I do this, I have no idea, but it's been a habit since a very, very long time. So these are two things that I do, right? And what is an indication that I haven't had enough water? Uh, if I pee and the urine is yellow, like dark yellow in color, that is a clear indication that the water is less in the body. And if it's clear, no color at all, that's when I know I'm drinking too much water. So I try to keep it somewhere between that and like if it's pale yellow, I'm okay with that. But it shouldn't be too dark or too clear. So this is one of the indications that I go with. Uh, Now towards the end, hopefully, like if uh, after 30, 40 days when I've reached my goal, there will be a time what I'll try to do is that I'll increase my water up till 6, 7 liters a day for around 2 to 3 days. Uh, and then I'll reduce it back to 3 liters. Why I'm going to do it, I'll tell you then. Like, hopefully, I reach the goal that I've decided on. And why I say hopefully is that although I've done it so many times, it is difficult. It is difficult, and you know what needs to be done, but it's not easy. It is simple. You know what needs to be done, but still that journey of cutting down fat, reducing the food intake, you have a deficit, and then you reduce it more. All this is difficult, and that's why I say hopefully. I've done it many times, but every time I think that, oh, I've got this, like it's easy. It's not easy. It's simple, it's not easy. And uh, and that's the beauty about it, right? Like, because you know it's not easy, and I just try to imagine what I'll feel like when I reach my goal. And I can imagine uh, uh, how happy I'll be, how satisfied I'll be. And uh, and I also try to imagine, like, when people look at you then, and they'll be like, oh my god, you've transformed so much, you've lost so much weight, you've lost so much fat, and you look so much better, you look younger. These are the motivation points. And and people really appreciate this. Of course, it's all about you. Like, you need to appreciate this, but it's always nice when you get these compliments, right? That, oh, you've done this. And why people appreciate it, because everyone understands how difficult it is. Uh, uh, also, like, it gives you a lot of confidence, right? So imagine you walk into a room and you're fit. I'm not saying you're muscular, or that is good if that's your goal, but just being fit, right, is something that, like, will really boost your confidence. And because people understand how difficult it is, it gives them a certain perception about you. Imagine you walk into an interview, and you're healthy, you're fit, and when they look at you, the first thing they'll see is that, like, you look good. On top of that, the first thing they'll understand is that, okay, this guy is fit, so he is dedicated, right? That's the first thing that'll come in their mind, right? Like, this guy is dedicated. Not that, like, they'll have any uh, negative feeling about someone who's overweight or not fit, but when you're fit, you walk into that room and they'll be like, okay, we know how difficult it is. And this guy is fit, so he's dedicated. Imagine if I hire him, what he'll do to our organization, and he'll bring that principle of doing things and bring it structure, and he can get results because he clearly does it on everyday basis, right? And this is just one of the examples, like uh, uh, how people understand, how you understand, how I understand how difficult this is, and how much it is valued. So but remember these things, right? Like, whenever you feel like cheating, or cheating on your food, on your workout, try to go through this thought process. Now, these are my thought processes, right? So this works for me. You find yours. Okay. Like I said in the beginning of this series, is that most of the times we fail is that because someone else has put a plan for us. You put your own plans, you find your own motivation, right? I'm not saying like it needs to be a positive motivation. Sometimes like it could be something like, I don't know, I don't do this, but it could be, hey, uh, you can find something uh, negative, like, oh my god, like, these clothes don't fit, like, I'm gonna show myself that like I can do it. And then, or if you have a friendly competition with someone, oh, let's see who gets fit. And you can use like these negative things into positive things, whatever is required to get yourself motivated, right? So you find your own motivation. And these are my motivation points, and I go through this. Another thing that I do is, whenever I feel like cheating on my meal, or having uh, uh, a chocolate, or like, if I'm getting a sugar craving, the first thing I do is like I'll drink some water. Two is I might just go out of the house. I won't be in that area because I'm not, I might be hungry, I might be craving things, I might be low on energy, but I know I need to find a distraction. So go do something that you like. Nothing like very physical. It could be meeting your friends, it could be spending time with your family, it could be working, it could be anything. So try to distract yourself, because most of the time when you're getting these cravings, or you're thinking about food, most of the times it's that you're bored. And there are clear examples of that, right? When there are days when you're completely dumped into work, and you'll work, let's say, from 9 to 3, and all of a sudden you get up and you'll be like, oh my gosh, god, like, I've missed 2 meals, and I don't know how that happened. So this is possible, right? So if you distract yourself, and what better distraction than doing something that you like? Let's say if you wanted to learn how to play a guitar, or you already play guitar, so maybe you can just go do that. uh, I One more other thing what I do is that there are certain people I follow, and I just like the way uh, when people talk about these influencers or the celebrities that I follow. Most of the time, it is about how hardworking they are, and how dedicated they are, and uh, like how structured they are. So if I feel like having some sugar, and I'll go to that particular, let's say if there's a piece of chocolate, and I'll keep it out, I'll look at it, and I'll start thinking about what would this guy do. It's like, no, everyone talks about his dedication, and I'm sure he won't eat it. So if I want to be like him, I need to act like him. So, and then, like, this thought process goes on, and they're like, you know what? If this guy is not doing it, and I want to be like this guy, then I'm not doing it, right? So, these are some of the things that I follow. You do yours, and find your own motivation. You find how much water you think is enough for you, or if it is too much. you find your own way. These are certain points that I do. These are certain, you might want to follow those, you don't want to follow those. It's all up to you. I am not a medical expert, but I've done this quite a few times. And this is why I'm blogging this whole journey so that I can share my learnings, and it might work for you. So it's all up to you. Up to you. It's at your own risk. I am a bit extreme, like I said in the beginning of this journey, that I like quick results. I don't have the patience of uh, being on a deficit for like 5 or 6 or 8 months, right? And when I say dedicated, it's only about being in a calorie deficit for that long. But when it comes to work, when it comes to other things, I'm pretty dedicated. So this is only for the part of being in calorie deficit, and and there's a reason to it, right? Because I want to socialize, I want to go meet my friends. When I go out with them, I want to have my karaktis, and I want to eat with them. Yes, there are always healthier options, but you can go for that as well. But again, you just want to be relaxed at times. You go out, like, and I like to go out with my kids and my family, my wife, and at that point, I don't want to be looking for restaurants or cafes that only suit my needs, right? So sometimes my kids, they just want to go for pancakes, and like most of these places don't have grilled chicken in the menu. So and it's just something that it also helps me bond with my kids, that when they're having pancake, I want to have pancake with them. It's just a fun time, right? They see that you're eating what they're eating, and you're talking about it, and so I just want to be in that place, right? So the faster I get to my result, then I can have these meals, right? But when you're in this transformation journey, that one meal, okay, will do some damages, right? Uh, if this happens, go back to normal, right? It's fine. Don't keep complaining about it. Oh my God, I had this meal, and everything has gone for a toss, and it's not gonna work out. Don't punish yourself, right? It happened. Let it go. And uh, but I don't want to have this feeling where I eat food and then after 10 minutes I feel that regret, right? So that's why I try to keep this deficit for a month and a half. That's it. And also, like, when I come back from work in the evening, I don't want to be tired, and I want to play with my kids. I want to sit on the floor and crawl with them, and just do, like, the stuff that, like, my kids like. So I don't want to be in a deficit for a very long time, because one of the things that I noticed is that I don't have the energy in the evening, which is very normal for a deficit. But I don't want to take away this fun time with my kids, and they're going to grow up, and this time will be gone. So I don't want to miss this time. I want to have fun with them how much ever I can. And this is one of the another motivation points, right? It's like, okay, if I'm going to be on deficit, I won't do this, I won't do this, I won't be able to do this, I won't have the energy, we're not going to play. They're going to ask me, like, Baba, come play with us. And I'll be like, no, I'm too tired. And then you start feeling guilty. No, I don't want to live in that guilt, right? So this is why I want to do it in a month and a half. Now, let's say if I was much bigger, right? So if I didn't have this muscle mass, and if I was a lot bigger, a lot heavier, what would I do then? I would do the same thing. I would go on a deficit for a month, month and a half, and then I would reverse diet to maintenance, and I would keep that for around a month, month and a half, 2 months, and then again a month, month and a half of deficit. But I would never be on deficit more than 45 days. Uh, yeah, I feel like that's too much, and so I would keep these phases of cut and then maintain, and then cut again and then maintain, and eventually, like within 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, I would reach my goal. This would be the plan. This would be the structure, right? I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. It is simple. It is something that you can calculate and it will get you the results. But every single minute of the day would be difficult. Now it's just day five, right? So things are not that difficult. Like I said yesterday, I don't feel that tired. That means I still have sufficient glycogen in my body, and the food is sufficient. It's not a very big deficit. If I continue to do this within the same calorie for the next 15 days, and when the glycogen level goes down, I will start feeling tired, right? But I'm not going to wait 15 days. Like I said, I want to do it quick. So probably by the end of the eighth or the ninth day, I'm going to reduce in more calories, and I want to really reduce the glycogen so that I can start losing fat. How has the last 5 days been? I can start seeing some results, right? I'm still not weighing myself. I think that would be a very bad idea right now, because if I've lost a little bit of weight, I might get overconfident. If I haven't, it'll be demotivating, right? And there are reasons for both. Sometimes body reacts very fast and it starts losing water weight, and then you get confident, oh, I am losing weight, so I've lost fat and this gives me the right to eat. No, uh, it's too soon, right? It's just water weight. You start eating, you see the weighing scale, the number going up, and then you get demotivated again. And on the other hand, you might not lose weight in the beginning, because what happens is that when you're trying to change something, your body will react, right? And what it'll do is that it'll try to hold on to everything that it has, and it'll be like, hey, there's something weird going on. I'm not getting enough calories, and the workout has increased. There are a lot of things changing. So your body will hold on to a lot of things, right? It'll resist. So one of the biggest resistance point would be your body will start holding more water, because it doesn't know what's going to happen next, right? So you might feel a little bit puffy, you might feel a little bit soft. This is temporary, because after 10 days, your body will say, you know what, I think this is the new normal. I am getting sufficient water. So why am I holding on to this water? Yes, the calorie has gone down, but you know what? Just going to take it from the fat cells. And as for water, I am getting sufficient water. So why am I holding on to this much water? Like, let it just go. And then you'll start seeing results after 10 or 11 days. So body works in mysterious ways, right? So there's no point checking the weight. But of course, like, if you see yourself in the mirror, you'll start seeing, like, things have started, um, like you can see the cuts a little bit. It's getting more prominent, although it's been 5 days, but I can see some results. uh, yeah, this is just 5 days. We still have around 35 days, and hopefully we reach the goal.